Hello again, everyone. How's it going today? Happy Monday for those who celebrate. How's it going? So we are back to the Ninjago City Markets. Let's get back to bag number 42. We only have about 10 bags left. And then we will be all done, and we will start something else this evening as well. Possibly two things, depending. I'm doing pretty well. There we go. Got two more of these fender pieces. Put some other parts to the side. There we go. This is definitely the largest modular they've done in terms of footprint, even though it is also a Ninjago modular, which is not a dig on Ninjago, but while they can connect to the regular city modulars, they have this slight issue of the plate and then tile for water, and then of course all of the raised walk sections don't work super duper well with the regular modulars for some weird reason. Admittedly, those are all a base plate and a tile, so there's only one plate difference. That's still a lot. Alright, let's get this guy into his wheelchair. Which, again, like, this is the newer model wheelchair. I will have to pull out the other one at some point. Was not around for very long. The reason why they redesigned it is because the old one had a wider wheelbase. You can see with this one, the wheels are flush with the Technic quarter pin, basically. We can pop this off here. Should have shown this off beforehand. There we go. So there's a groove right here for the wheel to fit in between. And the original wheelchair piece did not have that. The wheels were wider. It had a wider wheelbase. And what that meant was the wheelchair could not fit through a door frame. So disability rights advocates complained to LEGO, and they were like, "You're right. That's a good point. We will redesign it." Like, that's, in my opinion, pretty impressive that they would spend... Because they don't like to make new molds. I mean, they make a lot. But it's a budgetary thing, and they need to keep the new mold, you know, the number of new molds down and stuff like that. And to do that because they essentially screwed up is pretty nice of them. Howdy, Mr. Wolverine. How's it going? Like, they could have just said, you know, we'll redesign it next time, you know, when this current mold is aging out, but they just did it. Alright, let's see. There we go. So it is Halloween week, so once this is done, we've got spooky builds to do in increasing orders of spookiness. So today will be the least spooky. Arguably. Alright, let's see. We're going to do another corner there. Yes, we are. What is more spookier than giving Ald pickled ham? That's not spooky. That's just horrific. Howdy, Nadaroge AI. Did you find the monster stats that you were looking for? Okay, let's go ahead and get that right on there. You did. Excellent. I noticed when I was looking that they misspelled the creature name, and I also realized that is why I kept misspelling it in my head. Ah, the Nightmare Before Christmas set would have been a good one to do. I do not actually have that one. It is not one that I have gotten yet. Might be going out of production. I need to double check that, now that I think about it. I would like to get it before it goes out of production. Monday, indeed. Howdy, Gilded Tongue. How's it going? So nothing going right there. Get a white 1x1 plate. Apparently, I don't know what song you guys are talking about. The only Monday song that I can think of offhand is Manic Monday. It is just another Manic Monday. And 1x1 plate here. Howdy, Kinshir. How's it going? Monday is a 1966 song written by John Phillips, recorded by the Mamas and the Papas. Okay. I have probably heard that one before, but not recently. That is well within my mother's preferred musical era, and when I was a kid and she would drive, that is what we would listen to. And of course, now I'm listening to music that is as old as that, and I was scornful of her musical tastes. And you know, you just live to be what you attack, don't you? Time is rude. It should not exist. Not a rogue AI on a 7 stream watch streak. Very nice. One before a brick there. Need a 1x1 plate there. So I discovered yesterday that Tubi has MacGyver on it, so that's what I'm going to be watching in my free time this week. That is my favorite television show. Nearly finished with Odinseer. I think it'll end on an even 100 episodes. Every time I want something to end on an even 100 episodes, it never does for me. So good luck. I don't believe I have heard of that one either. Heard of or heard, I don't know, whichever. There is our rail plate and our tile slope. There we go. This is a very tiny office here. Like an incredibly tiny office. Alright, a sticker would go on this screen here. I don't even know if I've ever heard of the Boomtown Rats. So, yeah, there you go. Have I heard of that song or heard that song? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Howdy, Sealan, how's it going? You like small offices? They are cozy. It depends for me. I mean, the fact that this is this is a single office. He doesn't have anyone else to deal with in his office. Is definitely a bonus. If it were a bigger office, then that would probably be a lot worse. Nope, little lamp. There we go. Headache, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it goes away pretty quickly. Well, I've heard of the name, but I don't know what else they've done. I mean, I know what Live Aid is, but that was a concert as opposed to a band. Oops. Oh. Okay, get you on there. Clear a 1 by a 2 by 5 bricks. I mean, my musical knowledge is primarily limited to, like, 80s music, various new age world music type stuff, classical, and soundtrack stuff. that's my well, okay, actually, I have a decent knowledge. Decent, not great, of, like, older stuff, too. Howdy, Iagra, how's it going? Still have to muddle through Dark Sun, too? There's always one series that makes you dread? That's unfortunate. My dread is usually in the starting phase. Once I've got the game going, usually isn't an issue. Dragging yourself through a workday? Well, here, you can get some wheels. That'll help you. Make you zip through it rather than drag. There we go. Now some tiles. Still have 3 Dark Sun novels to read. I think those are the 3 that I have not read. I read the first 3. The first 2. And I think I decided that it wasn't really my thing. One of these streams, Ald will just play all Wagner. No, so if I was going to... actually, you know, that might... I don't know how content ID would be for this. Let me think. If I were going to play some all-classical music... And now I'm very tempted to do this one of these other days, because I could do that. It would fit into might fit into the stream theme and period. Henryk Goretsky's Symphony of Sorrowful Songs. Those are really, really good, but they're also kind of dark. What I like my, in terms of classical, my tastes are generally, like... Okay, yeah, there are 2 studs there. The Russian, Ukrainian composers kind of thing. Mussorgsky, Tchaikovsky, those individuals. Rimsky-Korsakov, that kind of thing. Dvorak, I like, who isn't one of those. He's Czech. But his From the New World Symphony is very good. And then just kind of like individual pieces from other composers. Maurice Ravel's Bolero is beautiful, fantastic. I love it. Gustav Holst's Planets, fantastic. It's good stuff. Alright, so spare parts. We have 1x1 tiles in brown, red, and teal. Teal 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. White 1x1 plate. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Dark gray hot dog. And a wheelchair wheel. Alright. Go ahead and keep him there. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and put him at the... working away. Edvard Grieg is pretty good. I don't know Morning Mood, but In the Hall of the Mountain King, fantastic, perfectly used in Needful Things. Okay, so this is going up here. Right there. Getting very, very close to the camera. I worry a little bit about whether that will fit on top. Oop, oop, oop. Don't fall off. Okay. Hold on. I accidentally pushed one of my lights off a little bit. Okay. I think this needs to be turned back this way. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, yes, I've probably heard it. That doesn't necessarily mean that I know it, if that makes sense. Obviously, you know, I mean, classical music gets used in so many soundtracks and ads and stuff like that. I mean, like, that is the best parody. A parody that so perfectly captures what it's parodying. Well, it's not strictly copyright free because the performances can be copyrighted. But yeah, it is. It does mean you don't have to pay someone to write music for you, and that is a big thing. Oh, red whips. Posted in the musical asylum. I will definitely check those out. I mean, one thing that I really enjoy about classical music is when it gets set to rock, honestly, or modern contemporary music of some form. Like, Hook by Blues Traveler is Pachelbel's Canon in D. Because that has a really good hook in it, and that's the point. Yeah, that's true. It does mean that, like, you can't use that version of the composition easily. Like, that can be copyrighted, so. Alright. So, the old style backpacks here, they actually did not have holes that were large enough, these air tanks, holes that were large enough to slip a rod element into, which is really interesting. It was obviously it obviously just existed to reduce the volume of plastic used without reducing the strength of the part. So they widened the hole relatively recently. There we go. We have a lady with dual flamethrowers. That's how you know that someone's a good guy, right? That they have dual flamethrowers. Getting ready to hunt spiders. I was just thinking about arachnophobia the other day and how I haven't seen it in a while. Still one of the best horror movies, in part because it's also a parody of horror movies. It has that guy from the Warlock in it? You mean Julian Sands? That very good actor who recently passed away while hiking? Fire is your friend, pet the fire? I don't know if I trust that, Kinshir. You never remember his name. Him dying that way helped me to remember his name, I'll put it that way. Yeah, it was sad when that happened. At least that's not an ignoble death. That's that's something you don't want. I have not gotten a bright green double inverted or a corner inverted slope. I like that. Sadly, you should get back to work. Nah, it's Halloween week. Who can work on Halloween week? Wink. Oops. Where we put that on? Curved tile. Okay, I'll go look for that. I mean, I can just like look for it on YouTube as well. People with real jobs not streaming playing with Lego. It's so sad. It really is. Also, this is a real job. It's not a great paying job, but it is a real job. It's actually a pretty incredibly awfully paying job. Let's see. All right. That is going there. Oh, and a 1x1 plate. I should really do a thing on the Discord where it's like once a week. It's like just a theme day. Post your favorite music in this theme from, you know, into the musical asylum. Bought a bunch of groceries today, and you still feel a bit tired from hauling them all in? That's unfortunate. There we go. And we get that one there, that one there. Alright, and another 1x1 there. I mean, entertainment is important work. The masses need to be entertained. And it is something that I can do and enjoy doing. Yep, pretty much. And good luck getting bread right now. If you can, donate to a food bank near you. Alright, we got these two whip antennas, which they haven't really made too much use of these lately. They were really heavily used in the 90s. bit. There we go. There we go. And I am actually going to pop this off rather than put it on up top, because I don't need to. There we go. Let's see if I can get him at an angle here. Is there space for that? Okay, yeah, like, slight problem here. He cannot get in through that actual door. Aw, thanks, Mr. Wolverine. I appreciate it. Nope, there goes the lamp. All right, what if I get you in and then put the lamp in? That lamp is going to be difficult to get on. There we go. It's good enough. He fits. That's the important thing. So I can work away at his computer there. This man is now forever trapped in his office. Yes. Although, by forever, we do mean until I take it apart. Because I will be taking it apart. Alright. And a second one. What color is this? It's just normal red. But yeah, I can see that it's a bit washed out. I don't have too many tools, and I certainly don't have the knowledge to get better color balancing. I have cranked up the brightness, and maybe I don't need the brightness quite that high. It's like this is normal brightness, which just feels too dark. I can put it up here, but yeah, I mean, like, it kind of washes the red out a little bit. Also, the nature of the lights that I'm using probably has something to do with it as well. Let's see, most of the other stuff is pretty normal. And like, so much of it is dependent on like where I have put lights and everything like that, so I don't know. If I knew more about this kind of thing, then I would try harder, but to a certain extent, I'm more interested in getting things to work right now, especially with the audio problems that I've been having with other recordings, which shouldn't apply to these streams, but if there are any pops in the latest batch of Golden Sun episodes, that is with the new motherboard. So that is you know, like, that's where we stand with that right now. I think I did hear some pops in one of the videos when I was spot checking it, but I was kind of busy trying to get it actually uploaded. Yep, the red truss. Alright, let's see. There's that one. I'm really annoyed with the popping, just because it's like, I mean, anyone would be annoyed at it, but it's like not having a very easy, clear way to diagnose and confirm what the problem is, and then do something about it. It just really sucks. Go. So if it does continue, I will probably just have to get a new motherboard entirely. Because it's possible that it's Windows, but the fact that Windows is not, like, giving me any errors and there's no indication that anything is going on makes me think that it's happening outside of what Windows can, like, monitor, and that's basically hardware. There we go. We got our 2 trusses. Just assume these red beams are steel beams that have been treated to have a preventative layer of rust. Seems likely. There we go. Interesting how these steel beams... Like, these steel beams don't really do anything other than... I mean, they're not holding anything up. They do feel very decorative. Alright, spare parts. We've got 1x1 plates in teal and lime green, a black bar with clip, and 2 red whips. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this forward. Yeah, I mean, it's for aesthetics. All right. Let's see. Is there anything actually to push down on there? No. It's kind of wiggly. Hold on. Yeah, there are no studs over there. It is just back here. And since there's nothing crossing over here, like, this can flex apart. So it's making the whole thing a little bit more flexible than I would like. Reminds me of the coral pink color, actually, from my preview. So the antennas are right there. They're actually just taller. One of them is just taller than the camera itself. So let me go ahead and pop that one off. There we go. See? This one right here would be too tall. And yeah, well, that's very blurry. That is very, very blurry. But they're like, to get up to this office, the guy has to go through the phone shop, up the elevator, then get off, and then to go home, write it down, go back through the phone shop. Seems like a bit of a problem design. I don't know about you guys. Alright. Get that back there. And a flamer lady. Alright, 44 and a 45. No, definitely not ADA compliant. Ooh, 6x6 tile. Nice. I always like getting those. Uh, 4x4 tile. Nice. I like getting those as well. Let's see. Minifig parts. There's his hair. It's a little pompadour. He is a pompadour. Alright. He's got some suspenders. He's got a gold chain. Looks like he's doing some singing or something. His hair matches his pants, as it should. And apparently he has a cast on his hand. Go. Wait, no. No, he doesn't. That is actually turned the other way. This is the cast part. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be holding. Napkins, maybe? I don't know. Maybe he's stolen someone else's cast. It's obviously supposed to be something, though. Some sort of cloth thing, probably. Maybe it'll become clear when we get this building built. These chambers. Towel wine stewards have? Well, he is definitely not a sommelier. Like, I don't think he could possibly be a sommelier with his outfit. I'll zoom in on the outfit in a second. Let's get that on to connect that. Well, it would be like post your favorite 80s song that didn't make it into the top 40 or something like that. So like he's got a gold chain there. He's got suspenders. This is definitely not a sommelier outfit. Bartender with a washcloth could be. That could be. That's a good idea. See what we get when we actually build this thing. Howdy, Lunatastic. How's it going? Then you'd have to find out what was in the top 40 to begin with. Well, you could look at a favorite song that you have and check to see if it actually made. I mean, like obviously, if you know it got a lot of airplay, it's a safe bet that is in the top 20 or the top 40. If you discovered it from an album, then there's a fair chance that it didn't. And again, if you don't want to participate, you don't have to participate. that is also something that no one would be required to participate to be on the Discord. Ham and cornflakes, a breakfast of champions. Well, I mean, almost. It's not quite Doritos and Mountain Dew for the breakfast of champions. Which really was my breakfast for a while when I was working one place. Doritos and Mountain Dew. All right, get some dark blue here. I'm glad, Mr. Wolverine. Did buy some ham today to use up this loaf of bread you have. Good choice, good choice. Yes, hour earlier because of daylight savings time, going back onto standard time. That's true. Hey, that just means that you can watch more, right? Right? Maybe it means that you get to go to bed early. All as a gamer. I was doing that before that was a trope, so. Okay, get that on there. One by two, there it is. 1x2 with center stud. Pair of headlight bricks. You and Loki just woke up. You didn't get much sleep last night. I'm sorry to hear that. Better than beer and Wheaties breakfast of college frat rats? That's true, yes. I would definitely not want that breakfast. Yep. That would not be a breakfast that I would choose for myself. Nor is it very likely a breakfast that I would consume willingly. Now we get some purple. It's not quite Grimace purple. Sadly, we do not get to play with Grimace purple. I'll have to pull some of that out if I can find it. Lord knows where it's gone in my collection. Okay, pair of clips. Agreed. Not a rogue eye. Agreed. Do I have any Maersk Blue? I do. I would again have to dig it up. And of course, with the camera colors being not the best. Who knows? One by 4. 1 by 1. 2 by 2 corner. And 1 by 2. That blue and purple is a nice combo. Yeah, it's nicer than I was expecting. It's not my favorite shade of purple. I like a little bit more blue in my purple. That on there. Then we get some windows with trans purple. A trans purple, this is lovely. So we can just get everything purple tinted. There's definitely some pinkish purple. Medium lavender, magenta. I would call all those pinkish purple. On the pinkish side of purple. They're a lot more common than this shade of purple, really. Let's go ahead and snooze that ad a little bit more. I will definitely have to display like all of the Lego colors that I can find in my collection one of these days. I have a container with some rare colors in them. I don't know where it is. Maybe I'll look for that for next session. Like, it's an old sorted container. It's just a little Ziploc container. And it has some colors that at the time that I put them in there were rare, but are not so rare anymore. Like, there was a time when it was almost impossible to get brown bricks. There was a time it was almost impossible to get orange bricks. And then they came out with an orange bucket. A Halloween bucket of parts for the American audience. Poor non-Americans were left in the cold. Alright. Oh, I think this is going to be... Yeah, okay. This is going to be for making a through-the-wall air conditioning unit. It kind of amuses me that they use the turntable piece for that so often. Americans should carve turnips like their ancestors. You just want to terrify and scar kids for life. Oh. Okay, I was expecting this to be high up, not like down there on the floor. I have no idea what that's supposed to be then. I'm pretty fond of it. 2x4. Go, and 1x2. Well, I was thinking it was AC, but usually those are high up, not like down on the ground. Because this is definitely representing a fan. But I just don't see why it's low. Maybe all will become clear. Maybe. Angry root vegetables scare the evil spirits away? Right, children. At the end, you'll notice you built the whole thing upside down. That would kind of surprise me. They've definitely done things like that before, where they do build a sub-model upside down. Okay, nothing I can do about the ads now. They are going to start momentarily. Children are categorized as nuisance monsters in the Fantasy Trip RPG. I don't know, children are a little bit more than just a nuisance. I just kind of realized that this is very current Friends colored. Like teal and purple and blue is like a dark blue. It feels very very Friendsy to me, which is fine. I do like that change from making them very pinkish. All right, sticker would go on the inside of here, but I am not putting that there. And a 3x3 macaroni tile. One by one tile, 1x2 with center stud, and 1x1. Okay. Teal and purple 1x1 plates. Waiting for a guess the mystery Lego figure thingy. It's gonna be a while. So I tend to do those at the end. I noticed that when I finished those, there was always a drop in viewership afterwards. Yep, sorry about that. I had a feeling that might be the case. But yeah, I noticed a drop in viewership when I finished those, so if I do them with significant stream left, losing views. Howdy, Green King Dog. How's it going? Alright, a sticker would go on the 1x2 tile slope. And a sticker would go on here with a dartboard print. So yeah, I think that the idea that this is a cloth for wiping the counter is correct. I should probably turn the face around so that it's feels a little bit more friendly bartender, since that appears to be what he is. Yeah, it's just until the U.S. changes time as well. We haven't changed our time yet. Go ahead and get him in there since why not? All right, sticker would go on here. And we get a microphone for karaoke. I think we're only going to be this way for like a week or two. I'm not sure. I haven't looked too closely at when our clocks change. Let's kind of roll with it. There we go. Microphone for karaoke. Yeah, I don't know why it is so difficult. I don't know who the constituency for not changing it really is, other than just, like, resistance to change. Most people hate changing their clocks, and those clocks that are, you know, that are easy to change are all computerized these days anyway, so it's like there's not a whole lot that most people have to do these days to actually change clocks, but especially with the US and Europe being on different times, it makes it even stupider. At least when the US and Europe were on the same time, at least pretty much everyone was changing at once. There are still some regions that don't, but it's so dumb. Like, if there's an actual worry about daylight or something like that, you can split the difference. Change all the clocks by a half an hour. Alright, we got a staircase here. Yeah, but it's not really based on any of that. Pink, trans, pink. There we go. Alright. We get our 3x3 corner plates here. And there's so many things that you can do. Like, people can go to work early or stay at work later or something like that if that's an issue, too. Yeah, it's just more of a resistance to change. This is what everyone has known. And there's also a lot of, like, it's supposed to be good for power usage. It's supposed to be good for blah, 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 and stuff like that. And there really isn't any evidence for it one way or the other. But that's still a lot of, you know, people will trot out old things in resistance to it and stuff like that. With the 3 shifts, many factories have the energy saving. With the 3 shifts, many factories have the energy saving evaporates. Well, also, like, a lot of the energy saving evaporates because it's about light and not heat and cooling. Yeah, all of the music is from Suikoden. So a whole whopping Suikoden playlist. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Mr. Wolverine. Alright, inverted tiles. These Suikoden playlists, you do realize that you're just setting yourself up for the eventual replay of Suikoden 3. I mean, that's a given. If they want to re-release Suikoden 3 High Def Remaster, I will absolutely be streaming it, because that's my favorite Suikoden. If they decide to skip it and do 5 or 4, I will replay those. I really enjoy Suikoden, and having a new presentation is really good. Alright, a big ol' sticker would go on here. That's there. So I think something is going to slide down there. Not sure what. I mean, I don't really want to replay it if there isn't something new to do with it. Like a new presentation or some new way of playing it that I haven't played before, kind of thing. You like the regional nature of the Suikoden plots? You're saving a kingdom, not the whole world? Yeah. I mean, like, I don't care one way or the other, I just want a good story. But it is fairly refreshing. There aren't too many other RPGs that play like that. Is that like a small shrine? Maybe it is, I don't know. It's a little candle, a little statue, and a flower. Seems like that should be a shrine of some sort. You're already 30-something hours into Suikoden 3. You're just going to stick with the PST2 version until the end? I mean, if they come out with a new, like a new remaster, it's almost certainly over a year away. I mean, it's certainly possible that they have been working in secret and unannounced, but Japan likes to announce things well in advance. Japan doesn't typically just like be like, surprise, we were working on this for the last 3 months. The last, I mean, not 3 months, the last 3 years, and now it's ready and out. Alright, 4x4 tile. I believe there is a mold mark on the side. Yep, there it is. There we go. Actually, that should be lower. Not that low. Oh. I see. It's like that. There we go. A little bit of gray revealed. Sticker would go on there, of course. Okay, spare parts. 1x1 plates in gold, purple, and teal. 1x1 cylinder tiles in white with hollow stud, trans pink without hollow stud, and a black 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar, a gold party hat, trans orange candle flame, and a dark blue microfigure. At the rate you're playing, it's going to take at least a year to finish, especially now that you think your old TV gave up the ghost. Oh, that's unfortunate. I will say, I don't think it's incredibly long. Let me see. Where was my I'm not sure where my not sure where I have a tab of my playlists open, but it's I mean, it's long. It's definitely long, but A lot of it will depend on how much, like, extra stuff you do grinding-wise. $30 hours in is pretty solid. That is a pretty good chunk of the game. Alright, let's see. Yeah, alright, so that's where that goes. Oh, actually. That is turned to the side. Unfortunately, Suikoden 3, 4, and 5 don't have the quite as good soundtracks as 1 and 2. If you're going to make an RPG at JRC, you'd make it 200 hours just to see if anyone would finish. People would, but I mean, like, most people don't finish the games that they have today anyway. So I don't know that that's that big of a deal, all things considered. Play without a guide and you're just exploring just about everywhere. Just wish you could skip through going through all the plains and forest area. That's, yeah, that'll come. Just gotta hold out for Vicky. Just gotta hold out for Vicky. Everything's better when Vicky shows up. And another 2x2. There we go. There we go. Alright, got those in. Now we have green 1x2 double half arches with a green 1x4 tile. I do believe that this is for a pool table. This is definitely an interesting way of making a pool table. One of the old modular sets, the detective's office had a pool hall. And I do not remember how that one was designed. But this is pretty neat. What came of those Gunpla models? Yeah, I asked about months ago. Absolutely nothing. I meant to follow up with people, and I just got like busy and stuff, and so I will be bringing it up again later. If you still want some, definitely let me know, and I can make an extra, you know, like a trip out to get them and stuff like that. All right. So that's a pretty cool pool table, I think. That's neat. And let's see. Orange 1x1 cylinder plate, a white 1x1 cylinder plate, a black 1x1 cylinder plate, and a red 1x1 cylinder plate. Technically, you can only do 3-ball. Okay, teal 1x1 round top. There we go. Pair of dark blue macaroni, which I'm not sure that I've gotten any dark blue macaroni before. So that's pretty nice. More dark blue macaroni on top of that. And 2 1x4s. 1x1s. After playing Duke 3D, whenever you see a pool table, you kind of want to take a shotgun to see what happens. Duke Nukem 3D was pretty great for all of the little world interactions that you could do. Alt streaming Duke 3D when? Probably never. I'm terrible at first-person shooters. Let's see, dark gray. There we go. Alright, so you have these nice, lovely trans-purple arched panels, which this is a piece right out of the 80s as well, or the 90s, I should say. Random pool fact, the cue ball is slightly bigger than the other balls. Probably so that you can tell it by feel, maybe? Like, I'd imagine if you play enough pool, you'll get used to the feel of the weight and size of the balls. Okay, get that right there, and that one right there. So some nice curved trans-purple windows. I think the plain white color would be the dead giveaway. Well, not everyone, like, I mean, when you're feeling around inside the pockets, you can't necessarily see that. Might also be so that you can't fit them all into the triangle. If you've swapped out one for the cue ball. There's the sand blue 1x1 plate. And the gold 1x1 cylinder tile. Red bracket. Ah, this is going to be a jukebox. Got it. Gold grill tile, trans orange 1x1 cylinder tile with a curved end. We have a gold crown on the bottom for some reason. Is that? No, that's just gold, not trans. All right. There we go. Rotate that around so that it's hidden. One of my biggest disappointments with the changes to Lego pieces is this notch in the pin connector. The old style had no notch. So I really do need to try to get more of the notchless ones eventually. Unfortunately, they're old, and thus they will be harder to get. There we go. And to top it off, the most important piece, a golden hot dog. The golden hot dog jukebox. There we go. Get that right in there. A jukebox that looks like a telephone booth. Well, not an American telephone booth. Not that those really exist anymore. I think they have almost entirely gotten rid of public phone booths here in the U.S. The movie phone booth is the last phone booth you've seen. Get some leaves there, and now some light blue flowers. There we go. And get you right here. So we have a little flower box. The kids like to make prank calls on it because some numbers work without a card or paying? Huh. I'm kind of sad that I'm not old enough to have the pleasure of phone freaking. Right, trans pink doorknobs. Those right there. Okay. We've got trans purple 1x2x5s, and inside of these we are sliding macaroni, 1x1 tile, and another macaroni. I hope that's not slightly Torgo-warmed pizza. Howdy, Bahamut. How are you doing? Maybe it is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Massively overslept this morning? It's okay, right? Imagine you're driving down a snowy rural highway and your car stops. As you get out to look at the engine, you see you stopped a meter from a lone phone booth. The phone rings. I mean, that's just Satan calling to ask if you need a hand in exchange for a little something. That's fine, right? It's not like you were using it. Alright, 2 1x6 tiles. I know where you are, the voice says. Yeah, in a phone booth. You called here. What are you, dumb? It's safe as long as there are no red balloons nearby. But what if 99 red balloons go by? What then, huh? Alright, another tile with a sticker. Pray to whatever deity will listen because 99 Pennywises are after you. It's fine. What's the worst he could do? Alright, spare parts. We got a white half pin, Technic half pin. Orange 1x1 cylinder plate. Trans orange 1x1 tile with round end. Brown 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. A gold hot dog. 1x1 cylinder tiles in white, dark gray, and gold with a crown print. So we've got a little bit of a bar here. So pool table, jukebox, karaoke machine. It's very, very small karaoke place. I do really like the trans purple windows, though. Those are pretty neat. There are 6 studs to push down on. There we go. Alright, so there's a path up these stairs there. Thought I said teriyaki piece. Alright. Let's go ahead and slide this back again. This is very, very, very large. Don't bump the light. Okay. There we go. Alright, next up, bag number 47. Oh yeah, I mean, the German version is better, Mr. Wolverine, for sure. It definitely is. But when he was talking about a red balloon, asking if what about 99 Luftballons go by, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, let's go ahead and make our minifig here. She has a very busy outfit. And a gold arm. And some takeout. I do like the takeout box, though. Go ahead and zoom in on this figure. I like that takeout box. Is it teriyaki chicken takeout? It's probably some sort of ramen. There's clearly noodles on there. Oops, no, I need black. There we go. Alright. 2x4. 2x6. Could be teriyaki chicken flavored ramen. I mean, it could, but that's not what you asked. I can't just assume something else. That wouldn't be right. If you mean something else, you gotta be specific, sir. Very, very specific. Super duper specific, in fact. Hyper specific. More specific than specific. Also more specific than Pacific. There we go. A 1x5 plate. Mega Flare's all for needing specifics. Specifically, which part of me are you Mega Flaring, though? This is crucial information that I need to know so that I can better defend myself. Can you please be specific? It's important. Okay, another black 1x10 plate. The entirety of my body, right down to the individual particles that make you. Okay, well, I will grant you that that is pretty specific, but what you're saying, then, is that all of the space in between my particles is fine. It's pretty important. I have seen Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. So it is very important to understand whether or not the empty space is also destroyed. And you have not been specific enough for me to know that, one way or another. Because that empty space is as much me as the actual matter inside me. Did I see Buckaroo Banzai versus the World Crime League? Of course I did. Who hasn't? Making your still tired and idle brain hurt. I'm sensing a little hostility there, Bahamut. Ald really is the demon that that has several fine prints on his contracts. Look, just because it's printed in 0.5, you know, a 0.5 font, that doesn't mean that it's fine. Come on now. It's a 1x5. No hostilities, sleep-deprived rage, two totally different things. That's fine. I'm glad that you're being specific about it. That is important. We would definitely not want to confuse hostility for sleep-deprived rage. That is a completely different thing. There's a lot of these one-by-one plates with round ends and bars being used here. I mean, to my vastly trained eye, they're not. All mentions Buckaroo Banzai, you put the end theme in Musical Asylum. It's a good end theme. It really is. And you know that a movie like that could not get made today. Just because it's so weird. Oh, the 80s. You were such a wonderful time for just bizarre movie experiences. Alright, let's see. 4x4. Another... Still don't have a good name for these yet. I need to think of something. Can I answer why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Absolutely, of course I can. I'm not going to, but I can. Oops, nope. 2x3, 2x4. Go, get that on there. Some dark gray 1x3 bricks. Nope, there it is. Hiding the gray 1x6 plate. I'm not sure what you're asking, Nadarogai. Are you asking what it means? Some gray cones. Adult fan of Lego. Alright, so we're using dark blue window panes as kind of fencing here. Get some gold bits in between these. That is just 1x1s. Yes, it is. Okay. That is fine. Alright, so gold 1x1 brick, gold 1x1 plate, and dark blue 1x1 plates on the top and bottom. Making 3 of these. It's interesting that at different points we have just 1x1 bricks, and yet here we have gold 1x1 cylinder bricks and plates. Maybe it's because it's outside facing, perhaps? So we have the curved windows for the interior part. Two, 3, and 4. Alright, now we're making 3 more of these, okay. There's a tug-of-war happening in your brain between wanting to learn how to make orange creamsicles and being too lazy to bother with learning. Well, you can learn how to make them and just not make them. There's a difference between learning and doing. I know how to blow up the world, but I haven't done it yet. I just felt it was important to learn. Alright, 1x4 half tiles here and here. 1x8 tiles. What would you do with the inescapable knowledge of orange creamsicle making? Well, no. You rest with the satisfaction that if you wanted to, you could make one. But because you know how, you don't need to. Blowing up the world is easy, just cast Armageddon. Armageddon doesn't blow up the world, it just kills everyone except for you and Lord British. And really, if you're not killing Lord British, what is even the point? For that, you really do need some better tools, namely a loose plaque above a door. Okay, so spare parts, dark blue 1x1 plate, and tan chopsticks. So next up, 48 and a 49. Someone found a bug where you could do that in one of the Ultima games. What, drop a plaque on Lord British's head? That wasn't a bug. That was intentional. Just need the server to crash so Lord British's immortality shield disappears. But so Lord British is killable in Ultima 7 with the plaque, specifically because of an event that really happened to Richard Garriott. I mean, obviously he wasn't killed, but a plaque over a door apparently did fall on his head. So they put that into the game as a way to kill Lord British. Alright, let's get some large pieces out of the way. And I need a 1x4 round top. There it is. Uh, 2x2 Technic plate. Where are you? What color am I looking for? Black? Yep. Oop. Bump a light, as you do. Okay, where is that? There it is. Oh, I know how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, but I'm not telling you guys. That is knowledge I worked extremely hard to get. It is mine. You can't have it. It's not 3. The Wise Owl was wrong. You think I'm lying, Nadaroge AI? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Can't believe that you guys would doubt me. After everything I have done for you. After everything. It's terrible. I never lie. Never, ever, ever lie. It's just not something that I'm capable of doing. I am trustworthy incarnate. You had fun in CK2? That's always good. Who'd you murder? realize that an ad break was just about to start. Let's go ahead and snooze that for a little bit. Well, if you put them on the Discord, I haven't looked at the Discord yet, but I will take a look later. We get the wall hanging round end pieces here. It's interesting. Kind of makes me think of a toilet right now. Alright, bright orange 1x6 there. Yellow 1x4. Yellow 1x1. And a bright orange 1x1 plate. Is all Juffo up or non? All is a third category. Okay, it is a toilet. I was wondering about that. It does appear that we are making a toilet up here. Fun case of bubonic plague in the realm. That is always fun. I mean, really, what's a little bubonic plague between friends, right? Where? Oh. Ah, yep. Mold mark is on the underside on these two. Always nice when that is the case. How are they having TP? I mean, it's right there. What do you mean, how are they having it? There's a bracket. Oh, how are they hanging? Well, it's just on a little rod. Okay, there we go. So there is the toilet with the toilet seat up. Okay, this is going to be extremely disturbing, I think, when this is done. You're worried they may be monsters? I really do appreciate how, oh my lord. Okay. I see what they're doing here. I do appreciate how often they are actually putting toilet paper into the models for bathrooms. A bathroom is definitely something that you would not have found on an old Lego building from like the 80s or 90s. Alright, 2L Axel, where are you? There you are. another 2L axle. So it is going to be flushable. I think it needs a rubber band on it or something to keep it pushed down, but... We'll see how that goes. Hispania switched cultures and religions when you weren't looking at it. What did it become? To 1x4s. The colorings on this building are very weird. I do not know what's going on with that. Flushable Lego toilets. What a time to be alive. I know. I know. Went from French Cathar to Songhae Miaphysite. They had someone from China visit or something? I think that's the only way they could get Songhae there. Colors are very chaotic. I do not know what's going on with these colors. CK2 can be silly at times. Alright, well, there is a rubber bit. That might push it down. Where is that? There it is. And where's the rubber bit? There's the rubber bit. I really do enjoy the rubber piece. Oh, African song. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, got it. See if we can get the angle just right. Nah, it's a little too difficult to see. But when you push this down, it does, it lifts that up, which allows the flat tile underneath the two bits there to turn into a ramp. Oh my lord. Alright. So we take the two 1x1 cylinder tiles in brown. And get them in there. So when we flush it, it will go outside the outside the thing, and I will show that off if I can. It's extraordinarily wrong. Can you flush actual Lego poop pieces? That I don't know. The fact that there aren't any for that makes me think that maybe not. Seems a bit crappy. Yeah. You can't use the actual poop pieces for it. What's even the point? What is even the point? Let's see, brackets, there they are. Go. And this gets right in here. Okay, turn it around. There's a sticker of a toilet that goes on the door. I was wondering what that long ramp was that we built last session, and now we know. It is to flush the toilet. Go. I don't know why this has exhaust pipes from trucks. On it, but it does. There we go. Right here, not sure yet. We're putting something in there in a moment. Get some corner tiles on here, and then a 1x3 tile on the back. And a pair of gray inverted cones. Right there. Maybe they're like red warning signs, like in a nuclear plant or something. Poop gas needs to go somewhere. Alright, sticker would go on there. And that goes there. It does not. It's not supposed to spin, so I have no idea what that's supposed to be for. Okay, here we get a pair of rail plates. And a dark blue long panel with bar. Sticker would go on there. Oh no! Oh no! Poop came out. We gotta get the poop back in. Good God, how does this even work? Maybe we can transform into a huge mech, and that doubles as the cockpit. I mean, that's good. You know, when you're in the midst of a mecha fight, you really do not want to go. You do not want to have to go. God, I need tweezers for this. Did I bring tweezers down? I did not. I do not have any tweezers. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, it's not flat. I guess that'll have to do. There we go. So that closes up and covers the mechanism there. The sticker would, of course, go on there. Some clips. And 1x1 plate. Alright, so that goes on right there. Another 1x6. Couple more plates with clips and another rail plate. There we go. And a black 1x5 Technic plate. Speaking of which, in Battletech, since oftentimes mech warriors need to spend days in the field in their mechs, the mechs do have a toilet in the cockpit, which is not fun to use. In the seat itself, or do you have to get out of your seat to use it? That's the real question. You have to shift to the side. Well, that's probably good, because it would probably be uncomfortable to sit on a toilet all the time. Then we take these blade pieces with clips. Get those in there. There we go. Alright, 2 1x6s. Wouldn't want the pilots to scroll on their phones while there's a battle going on. Oh, man. Alright, then this one right in there. Oh no, I've definitely gotten that impression too. I definitely wouldn't want to do it. Luckily, it's fiction! Woohoo! Yay for fiction! Alright, get those on there. 1x2 tiles with center studs. Flip it over. And Technic 5L plates. Okay, turn it back. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to be stepped on. I mean, I suppose maybe you would. Some might. Some might enjoy that. We shouldn't judge. We shouldn't judge. Where is the mold mark? There it is. Alright. That is just fitting right in there. At least there is a vent for the bathroom here. And he's here to say this conversation is going down the toilet? That's true. There we go. 2 1x1 tile plates with clips and a 3L bar on top. Oh, another 3L bar. Also that her chair has been taken. Can't believe you keep stealing her chair. It's terrible. Okay, this is an interesting use of the classic palm tree leaf holder part. There we go. Then a gold cone and a whip antenna. There we go. And that is right there. Okay, round sign with clip. Get that. Looks like about right up there. 3L radar dish. And bar with clip in dark gray. There. Sticker would go on there. And that's it. Alright, so that is on that side. There we go. Okay. And finally, a sticker would go on to this purple window pane. Going into this red window frame. There we go. Oh, actually, that goes like that. Okay, so clip in there and there. So we get a another poster hanging up here. Let's move these parts to the side for the moment. Pull this forward. Get this right on there. I need to get the corner down there. Yep, there we go. There we go. You don't think you'd want to live in the Gundam universe? I think the Gundam universe would actually be pretty decent. Wouldn't be that different from here. You just would probably live in a space colony. Or on the moon. So no idea what's going in there yet. Let's just put her up there. That's fine. I wonder if I missed some pieces. Because I have an extra 1x2 with round ends that I did not get somewhere. Let's see. Did this go someplace that I missed? Not there. I got the 2 there. Yes, I did. There we go. So it doesn't have, so it can't go all the way down. That's what I missed. Okay. All right, let me move that to the side for the moment. All right, spare parts. We got a gray on gray lever, black and light azure 1x1 plates, light azure 1x1 tile, 1x1 cylinder tiles in white and a medium nougat. Half bushings in gray and white, and a dark gray bar with clip. There we go. Alright, so also that antenna is also very, very high up there. Alright, so if I get this right here, so you should be able to see this. Yeah, it's kind of hidden, but it's right here. So this is, if I pop open... Actually, you know what? I don't even need to pop that open. Alright, so if we flush the toilet... There we go. Just flush that poop right out into the water that is swirling around the city. Seems like a great plan, you know? Just a wonderful, wonderful plan, right? What antenna? You just saw a black Fuzzy blob? Yeah, I know. It is like it has a difficulty viewing that. Alright. Go ahead and rotate this around again. Do that. There we go. Definitely getting difficult to maneuver this very large thing. But we only have 2 more bags to go. $50 and $51. All right. Come back here. Come back here. Peace. Stop trying to roll away. Alright. Minifig time. Let's go ahead and there's his head. There's his legs. Where's his hat? Move some pieces out of the way. Oh. I wonder if this is supposed to be a large frying pan. It's definitely not a, I wonder what this was from. Let me zoom in on this piece. I don't know what this is. It feels like a large Fabuland frying pan, but it's definitely not that. I said zoom in, please. It's got a stud there. It has an anti-stud there. See, this does not work that way. But flip it around, and boom. Meaning that this is the top, and that's the bottom. That's really interesting. I'm going to definitely have to look at this piece and see where that came from. I don't know. I don't know what the original use is, so that's definitely an interesting question. Where is his hat? There's his hat. But it is about the size of the Fabuland frying pan. If they were still doing Belleville or Scala, and it's too new for either of those, I would expect it to be like a frying pan from one of those lines. Would kind of fit. It might be a robot bit from Star Wars or something. And we have a black cleaver there. There we go. Definitely going to have to look up where that piece is from, though, because I'm very, very curious now. Sand green 2x4 tile. Sand blue 1x2 plate, and some dark red 1x1 plates, bricks, whatever. Sand green 4x4. Teal log brick, and I need the side stud pieces. I'm definitely interested to see where it'll be used on this model, too. Because I don't know. Definitely a lot of sand blue windows to put somewhere. Nope, don't misclick, please. Alright, let's see. Brown. Need brown, 1x2 plate, brown bracket. Okay. Panel with 3 walls. Actually, I guess that's only 2 walls. 2x2 tile. So the reason for this panel, it is actually smaller. I don't know if we have any of the appropriate pieces. It does look like okay. The back wall does appear to be normal thickness, but I think the middle wall is not. And the reason for that is that it's a part to allow friends to easily sit somewhere because they have no studs on the back of their legs. Like regular minifigs have studs on the back of their legs so they can, you know, be put on things, on chairs and stuff like that. Friends figures cannot. But because of the gap between their feet is the same for a minifig, you can also just put a minifig there. You can use it to hold minifigs in place. If you didn't live in the Magic the Gathering multiverse, you'd want to be in the FF11 universe. I don't know that any fantasy universe would really be that great, because there would be a lot of things out to eat your face. I don't know about you. I don't really want my face eaten. Okay, flip it that way, and we get a pair of black roller skates. And a turntable. Oh, I bet that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be a grill. Or a range. Okay. Get that on there. Get some condiments on here. I don't know what the lime green jar is supposed to be. Definitely not supposed to be pickles, though. It definitely cannot be pickles. It would never, ever be pickles. No! No! It's not! How dare you? How dare you try to inject pickles into this place where pickles do not exist? It's so mean. Just say no to pickles. Unless the pickles is Pickles the cat. If I ever got a cat, I would probably name him Pickles now. Not that I'd get a cat because I'm allergic, but if. Kaylee never dances for pickles. She's doing that under duress. You're forcing her to, against her will. It's quite mean of you. I really can't believe that you'd do something like that. It's very cruel. I mean, I know what Kaylee likes. And it ain't pickles. Unless, of course, it's Pickles the cat. Pickles the cat is the only good Pickles. Now that I mentioned naming a cat, the cat distribution system is sending 5 my way. Well, unfortunately, I'm allergic. So I really cannot have a cat. So even if the cat distribution system sent some my way, they would have to then find their way to another home. They're all those hairless ones. I don't really like those that much. They don't look... They kind of weird me out. Nope. Not that. Not that. Not that. There's our sushi tile. Gotta get the sushi tiles. There's a sushi tile. Okay. Sushi tiles. More windows. I know someone who is intimately familiar with the cat distribution system, and that is not how it works. Cats know when someone is allergic to them because if they want a quiet person and there's a whole bunch of people going, "Oh, kitty, kitty, come here," and they want a quiet person, the person who's allergic is not saying, "Oh, kitty, kitty, come here." They're just being quiet and trying not to say anything and being like, "Don't come near me, cat. Don't come near me. I'm allergic. Don't come near me." So the cat goes to them. Xanderific bringing us a raid. Let me get a shout out for you. Thank you very much, Lord Canis. How's it going? What were you up to? We are very close to finishing our Ninjago City Markets build here, at which point I will be taking a short break and then starting on something else. Working through Ace Attorney investigations. Well, I hope you're having fun with that. I have not played any of those games, but I have certainly heard good things. Alright, side studs on both sides there. Panel for a shelf. And some more goodies on that shelf. Sand green bracket. Oop. Nope. Pop off there. You remember years ago you had a tech over to fix your cable? Almost always your cats at the time hide when there's a new person over. However, the guy was allergic to cats, so we had 3 of them checking the guy out. It very much is because people who are allergic tend to like not want to be investigated by the cats. Told them to prepare any 2E questions they might have. That is true. I do have the wisdom of the ancients when it comes to 2E. We have a panel to open up there for this little food shack. I'm actually surprised that they have not made glass for these frames yet. Two E questions. Oh, does this plate mail make me look fat? Yes, it does, because you called it plate mail rather than plate armor. That actually has nothing to do with 2E. That is my own pet peeve. Now, admittedly, there's no holes down at the bottom. They'd have to redesign the frame, but I'm really, really surprised that they have not redesigned the frame to take some glass. You don't have to use a stick. You can use a ham. I know how to protect myself from a man armed with a sharp-end stick, Lord Canis. Clerics can indeed wear any armor they want. Not all priests can, but clerics can. Cleric is a very specific type of priest. And the sheer variety of other types of priests you can play is one of the great things about 2E. Oh, you think I have a tiger cage? That's adorable. As much as you just love healing things, you also kind of just like whacking things with a hammer? No. Clerics can do that. Although the Warhammer in 2E is not very strong, unfortunately. It really should be better. Okay, trans and neon green 1x1 cylinder plates. We also have a catapult loaded with raspberries. It's a lot of fruit. I definitely know how to defend myself against a man armed with a fruit. Alright, 2x4 tile. A sticker would go on here with a menu. Another angled bar up here, which is weird. don't know why they, like angling those bars so much, but it is angled. And a 2x2 brick right there. Alright, 2 of the corner inverted arch slope elements. One there. There, and then lots of the 1x3. I do like how they, like, this is an inverted half arch, and this matches it. But, like, this is clearly a roof piece, whereas this can just be an inverted arch. There we go. Alright, that would go on there, but I'm probably going to wait until we finish anything else that goes on here. Alright, next up. I love how I have yet to build one of the roller coaster sets, and yet I have gotten quite a few railroad elements. Okay. Lock it in with that. Put that one on there. Lock that one in. Let's make 2 of these. Okay, right there, and okay, I think it goes in so that the flat part of the half cylinder. Okay, no, that's not, that's too low. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, now that in there. Interesting geometry there. I very frequently wonder how the LEGO designers realize that some of these pieces work together like this. Got your first 2 Brood Brother squads, initially meant to be 1. You can make 2 that got subsumed into your evil cult. Alright, enjoy your warhammering. Get in there. Think they're using the dark arts? That could be. That could be. Alright, then that there. And that there. Just gluing bits of plastic together to make infested humans. I figured. It's one of the great things about LEGO Stream Time is just being able to lurk and listen. Okay, that's that. That is that. Let's get those on. And then another pair of these. Angled plates. Flip it over, put stickers on all of these, which I'm not going to do. Ah, okay, I see. I do have to put this on. Understood. Thanks, game. Or, game? Model? That's what we'll do. Alright, before I do that, let me go ahead and get this guy. Where'd he go? There he is. Let's get him into his little shop. Yeah, it's fine. There we go. Okay. Try not to bump everything. There we go. Alright, so this will go right here. Door doesn't have space to open fully. That's okay. And then we have the sign. Attach across here. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to move it back there. Still taking up a lot of space, but I think I have enough space. The real question is, where do I put it to build other things? That is an important question. Been trying to make a dent in your pile of shame with your Battletech minis. Still have so many to prime. Yeah, I haven't touched my my Gundam model kits in a while. Not that I paint them, but I can have the eyes be in different positions and then get like googly eye look to it. Mega Flare to miniature size? No, I'm pretty sure that would melt them all, sir. Try to ruin my Lego. There is, shockingly, there is a difference. So it is being used as a pan. I like that. other side, we get some chopsticks. And get that above the head for a little octopus chef, although without a chef hat. There we go. Alright. That looks like that is it. We do have some minifigs that I need to put around in a moment. But first, spare parts. 3L bar in black, 2L bar with stop in black. Dark green 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. Orange 1x1 cylinder tile, black 1x1 cylinder tile with eye print. I feel like I may have missed a 1x1 cylinder plate somewhere, because I have 2 in medium azure, but it's okay. I'll survive. Wherever it's supposed to go, I will survive at this point. Trans neon greenish yellow as well. Gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in lime green and a sand blue. Dark green 1x1 tile, and a black roller skate. Those are the spare parts. Go ahead and snooze that ad for a moment. Oh, and a red friction half pin. Also that. Alright, let's get the villain back there. Go ahead and pour out all of those. Alright, let's see. Where do we want the other minifigs to go? She probably should have gone into one of these buildings, actually. Maybe this one down here. Well, I'm not sure what... Well, she's definitely not in the building down there in this display. Okay, so I won't. Probably be easier to put her somewhere outside anyway. Alright, let's pull this down so that we can get a better view of some of the exterior area. Guy with the teacup can be at the tea table. Lady with the microphone, she's going into the karaoke bar with her own microphone, because that's what you do, right? Lady with her prizes. Let's just have her walking up on that area there. Waffle guy is, he's gonna be shopping up at the, food place that we just made. This guy is gonna be filming down below. Lady with the scissors can be walking across the bridge, why not? Robo detective guy, he's examining these flowers for clues. The sheriff with the handcuffs is going to be complaining to him that he's wasting his time. Over here. And then our two actual Ninjago guys. Watching over the city from up high. Well, this guy, he'll be just coming out of the bathroom. How's that? There we go. Or just going to the bathroom. That's probably easier for me to do. There we go. All right. So unfortunately, I do not have an easy way to get a view of the front of it right now. I will try to get some pictures of it like after the stream and post them on the Discord. Because it is pretty impressive looking at it front on. Water. But unfortunately, I do not have the current space to get a good view of the thing. I'll try to get like my other camera ready for future situations like this. But it is about time for us to take a short break, and the ads are going to be starting soon, and we do have something else to build after this, because we are not done yet. And I need to get this off the desk, because it's in the way. So I'm going to step away. The ads are going to run in about 4 minutes, and you guys can just enjoy the music while we take our break. So I'm also going to break the video here for YouTube. So for those watching on YouTube, we will be back with the next episode, which will be building something else. So I will be right back, everyone.